previously, but the fact that they all know each other pretty well is a good sign, especially when we look at the draft in this first game with Sri Lanka on the blue side. They take away Melio, and again, we talk about the draft, feels very meta already, seeing some bans that we really were missing and lacking in West Asia.
Melio, Israel as well, another ban to follow, something that we did in fact see in our last best of 3
and it makes sense too because of the static shiv, how that's now dominating the meta. A lot of people have even been using that on Ezreal because you can proc it so easily. So it's just one of those things that before, you know, if we had started the tournament and seeing Ezreal bans, we'd be like, oh, what's going on? But now that we're kind of used to the static shiv abuse that we've been seeing from a lot of champions, it doesn't really surprise us too much. The Malphite, though, this early does.
We haven't had a lot of chance, Magical, to look at other regions, look at other, like, you know, the top 5 regions of the world and the meta and the things that they've been playing too much recently because we've been nose to the grindstone on the RDAG tournament. But Malphite feels like something that is really high priority with this entire tournament. And so
Same
is this
Kindred.
first.
Yeah, Kindred is something that we were commenting on before as well. And we've been seeing a lot of priority on this champion, as well as that Syndra. Syndra, keep in mind, was permanently banned against Kyrgyzstan by Kazakhstan in that last series we just watched here on stream.
And we've seen a lot of good things from
What?
Syndra's. Is that locked?
That's locked.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because... Yeah.
No, now it's locked. Okay. Okay, Magical. They've just sent a Rammus. They've seen Kindred and they've said counter move. You've activated my trap card. You can kite me, but...
I think it's Loren from the last series. Let's be honest, Loren did not have a good time. He was hard camped in that jungle, level 2 cheese, and then level 3 cheese after that.
There it is.
So, got a lot of attention, maybe just saying, I'm going to play the Rammus because I need something that is going to provide some safety for myself.
You know what's good into Rammus?
Malzahar.
Spell Shield from Malzahar.
Yeah, that's why I like Malzahar. Very good.
Maybe it is about safety, Magic. Maybe it is about the fact that he's just had enough. He's seen a Kindred back-to-back, and he's just triggered the word Rammus in his mind. But a first pick Kindred is confusing, a second pick Rammus is more confusing, and then a second, third pick Malzahar Xerath has just sent me to the moon.
We were just praising this region for being so standard. Back the breath of life we were having with the meta, we were like, yeah, we're seeing what we want to see. And now we have a Rammus, we have a Malzahar, we have a Xerath. I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore.
Syndra Scion definitely still normal champion. The Rammus is the only curveball thrown in the mix there. And again, you've just so early rotated this anti-physical damage champion.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why we're kind of calling this out, because honestly, I don't think that in some comps that is actually a bad pick, taking the Rammus.
Rammus can be good, but this Rammus isn't human in draft order.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's why we're calling this out, because a lot of these picks, you know, we look at Syndra, a standard one. Same with the Scion. I'd even argue the Malzahar. If you're that good on the Malzahar, you're drawing bans from Team India.
Yeah.
That is something that you definitely can take with that Kindred, but then you have the Xerath on top of that really early into the draft.
We're banning Morgana. Probably, I mean, presumably away from the Malzahar. Xerath is good into Morgana in lane because you one-tap the spell shield.
Right.
You make her max spell shield to be able to have it.
It's the easiest time.
And then she does 0 damage.
You either use Q or W, either or.
Yeah, but they're going to ban that one away. Gwen and Wukong, so 2 standard bans to follow, and the Xayah actually going to be taken away. I don't think they want to be kited here on the Sri Lanka side.
Yeah. Not too hating on that one. Gotta make sense as well with the Xayah. If Xayah Rakan bot lane has a Rakan with the Rammus, both of them engaging at the same time. You talked about that spell shield from Malzahar. Not gonna be very useful when there's so much that can just jump on top of you, if that were the case. But Leona actually gonna be picked up here by Kyrgyzstan. And you know what? I do not hate that here.
That 5th pick better be something special though for damage. That is the one thing they're currently lacking, and it is a Syndra and the tanks as it stands. Would like a hard carry ADC, still have, you know, Zarya Philios banned, Xayah banned. They've seen the Caitlyn from previous games, though. They have played Jhin before. I wouldn't pick Jhin here. No. I would rather have an auto-attack based, you know, crit-based ADC if possible. But at the same time, Cogmore
Cogman
can build with Zen. You know, little things like that. Whatever it is, it has to be DPS. It has to be scaling DPS.
I just don't know how that is into the Xerath. It struggles. Usually when I see that on the other side, the Twitch Xerath bot lane is more than likely what this is.
Draven, slam Draven.
Yeah,
here.
I think so too. You talk about DPS, there you go, slam it. Just be like, all right.
That'd be hype.
That would be so hype.
All right.
Go into comfort.
Jhin can deal damage. And they don't have armor.
Right.
They don't have resistances. The Jhin is always going to be relevant damage, especially in this draft.
Right.
Has the tank.
I just like the Draven because of the hype. You're going into a lane like Twitch. You want to abuse him. You want to bully him. You want to make his life miserable in that lane at every stage. And Draven with a Leona on top of it, and you have a Xerath on the other side.
Maybe even a Vayne, right?
Yeah,
Xerath abilities get dodged. Twitch, I think, manageable.
Well, they took the Twitch, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean as an opponent.
Yeah.
As an opponent, Twitch manageable, I think. Especially because you have the Leona. Compositions are done here, though, so the whole what could have been, should have been, not going to be seen anymore.
Yep.
We have the drafts in front of us. And for the side of Kyrgyzstan, like we were saying, 3 tanks is obviously a large front line. They all have crowd control. They all have the ability to skirmish and force front to backs. Rammus can find flanks. Sion can find flanks. And Leona has non-committal engage. So I do think they have a lot of good tools in that respect to make things difficult for the Xerath, for the Twitch. Potentially the Malzahar, right? Syndra and Jhin can pop that spell shield pretty well.
Yeah.
The one major advantage of the Jhin here is that you can just chuck out those W's of the Malzahar.
Take it away immediately.
Take away that shield. But with that in mind, you know, a Sion diving, a Rammus diving, a Leona diving, Kindred ultimate once again going to be a factor. Jax, with that split push, going to be a factor as the game progresses. They have double magic damage and mixed damage in their top lane. Rammus isn't going to have ultimate stonks here. There is definitely damage on the Sri Lanka side to scale through those team fights.
But that's the thing, you got to scale, get to those team fights, especially when we look at the other side. It is going to be a lot of skirmishes, especially when we look at these lanes. From Team Sri Lanka trying to utilize a lot of that power they can have from some of the range early on into the game, and even have it where Twitch, that effective assassin that you have on the team, that could always play as a secondary flanker with Jax.
You know what must be said here, as we are actually looking at a pretty early invade from the Sri Lanka squad just for a ward. Mac is going to be devastated. He's a Rammus player.
Oh, is he?
He's a Rammus player.
Oh, poor Mac.
He's missing out on his Rammus. Probably doesn't even know that it's picked right now, but if he is watching, he'll be kicking himself.
I'm going to send him a message right now. Just be like, hey, Mac.
Check out what you're missing out on.
Yeah.
But of course, we spoke about the Kyrgyzstan squad. We look at the Sri Lanka squad. They have good damage absolutely everywhere. Their scaling is incredibly good in all 5 roles. What they are lacking in is tankiness. What they are lacking in is frontline. And what they are definitely lacking in is a cohesive engage. They have a Malzahar ultimate. That's their crowd control.
And that's why I said it's all about skirmishes to me when I look at Sri Lanka's composition. It's about how they handle some of these side lanes, the 1v1s, the 2v2s. If you're going to get ahead, I mean, that's your only real way you're going to find those plays is early into the game and snowball out of control, because Twitch ahead, Xerath ahead, they're going to pack a wallop in that bot lane.
100%, especially the Twitch, right? Just being able to leave the lane. So not only does the Twitch get ahead, we've seen this in our previous days. Yesterday, I believe it was, a Twitch almost solo carrying, just going invisible and finding these crazy team fight angles or skirmish angles.
Keep that in mind.
Yes. More damage to be seen as well down here with the Xerath. So I guess volatile is probably the way you would summarize these compositions. If tanks fall behind, they stay there. If tanks get ahead, you're not dealing damage. And so it is about who gets ahead.
So this is where we look to the jungle. Loren not getting invaded. It's a play League of Legends here up against Sri Lanka.
That's true.
I'm proud of him. The glow up.
Rammus is also one of the slowest clear champions in League of Legends. Definitely safe.
Yeah,
Leona.
Very slow. And that's why I think the play is bot lane. Not even looking for anything else. Instead, getting the flash out of Nistastic. Still alive. The stun on Twitch. Love 2. You got flash, you got cleanse, but you're followed up by Rammus, and the flash barely keeps him alive. And now they can throw a little bit of damage back at Loren. But a lot of summoners blown by Sri Lanka.
That invisibility really saving Love 2's life.
Yeah, barely was able to get out of the range of that taunt. Because even if you flash, you can get taunted mid-flash, and they get pulled right back, and you're dead.
Cancelled by being invisible, right?
Yep.
So does really well. The engage is really good from Kyrgyzstan. I am surprised it doesn't result in a kill, but 3 summoner spells, definitely still a trade you would take, and strong priority in their lane right now. Top lane, a lot of health traded back and forth, but once again, Hydra, the Jax, having control of the tank in power.
Yeah, but not that much. Gonna force a early recall out of Jax, maybe. Just to try to
Kindred was bottom. Wow.
But spotted out by that ward. Nicely done by Lotus.
Mark top. Have to definitely think about
lost
this.
the coin flip.
Lost the coin flip. Rammus actually path up towards that top scuttle crab. You expect to probably see that taken before the Raptors if you don't know where the Kindred is.
Yeah, honestly, I would have expected the Raptors before red buff, but now flash in, engage with no flash of Nishastic. Got to take a lot of damage. That's going to be first blood in the 2v2, but now how do you survive from your Kyrgyzstan? He's got a lot of damage on top of him. Kind of grab the best he can. Almost takes Love 2 out as well. But Lotus going to be the only one. Look at that. Flower has come into the bot lane.
Rammus is fighting a Jax right now, and there's a Malzahar coming up.
Yes, right now, struggling a lot. Hydra can leap strike. There it is. Easily done. Solo kills Rammus as he was trying to take that Scuttle Crab.
We are in for a best of 3 Magical. As 4 minutes into this game, crazy little skirmishes happening left, right, and center. Junglers both looking to get active. Only one finding success, though. And a good little move from Kassa to make sure the play goes the way of Sri Lanka as a whole. Twitch has that kill. Jax has that kill. They're poised very nicely in this game.
And that's kind of what we're asking for them, right? Get ahead in these 2v2s, 1v1s the best you can. Well, the bot lane, it might not have gone initially great for them. The fact that Twitch actually is the one that got the kill in that lane and was able to stay in the lane.
Still alive.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do as Lorraine on that one?
Yeah, it was finally, like a minute later, they just escorted Mr. President to the Scuttle Crab to be able to secure his mark. Just very funny to watch.
Yeah.
The Ren now has to limp. Again, slow jungle clear. Look at the CS difference in the jungle roll right now. And not just because of a death.
That's what I would have expected before. We kind of rewind the clock a little bit. When you look at Rammus, you said after you get the red, you want to go, don't want to go to the Raptors. I would have expected Raptors before even red. You take that so quickly as Rammus.
Oh, no.
That actually makes it a lot easier for you to get the levels. But bot lane, we got to keep that in mind because Shastic would take an ignite. But they got the poison, and that is going to be Love too. Second kill. Renekton could not really get out of that situation.
Twitch just freely hitting. They look for the Xerath. They find that that was the wrong target in the end. And no summoner spells on a Twitch gets the stand in melee range. Find himself those kills. Yeah, fair enough, hey? Off your trot. Nishastic finds himself a flower and simply dies. We watch this skirmish again in bottom lane. Lerna goes in, finds the angle. Again, the initial engage finds its mark, and it is so close to a kill, but they forget about the Twitch. You can't forget about the Twitch.
Well, and that's the power you have as this Twitch Xerath lane. You focus on one of them, well, the other is going to do a lot of damage the whole while. That you only have so much you can really take down here as the Jhin and Leona, unless you're fighting a situation where it's 1v2, you catch someone off guard.
You know who was caught off guard? Xerath with the flowers.
Yeah, he was.
He was caught off guard. Those flowers are back. Watch out for the bush. It's deadly.
You ever do that? Go full AP, Jhin, just set up the flowers?
Yes.
So that way, and you hide in the brush too to get the deadly Lotus.
You have to pre-W. Yeah.
Lock him down and just watch. Boom.
Especially in Earth.
Ah, yeah. Earth
Goated in Earth.
I love doing that. Or you just set up mid lane.
There was the mid-Jhin strategy, wasn't there, where you do E-start. You'd have to instantly level it because the cooldown's so long, but you could one-hit the wave for 2.
Yep. And that's what I remember doing that a lot when Jhin first came out. It was a lot of fun, but here in this game, Renekton does have that serrated Dirk, so that is a lot of power for this Jhin, especially with how squishy both Twitch and Xerath are. But they just got to make sure they're layering up that damage before, say, the Twitch can just unleash all that damage and get the poison stacks and then...
Hello, Mark. The Shy Boy going to take his second one very happily. Stun used on the Syndra, who is walking bottom lane, was obviously spotted. Twitch says you're welcome for the stun.
Just throws out the Deadly Venom cast there. Easy wave clear. Just going to get all that gold. perfectly fine in this lane.
Herald being hit on spawn here as well.
Yeah, because what can you do as Lorena at the moment? You're still put behind. It might have been a little bit slower
we're
here
about to find
the Shy
out.
Boy. I don't think you can. No way. You have low damage from that Rammus and from that Scion. Syndra, that's going to be your big tool here.
They're
Looking
rolling.
For the Wait a minute, he's throwing away power. No way was he able to do that. As they got the Malefic Visions, they've got the damage. Nethergrass picks up the kill onto Syndra. All the while, Loren still trying to cut it back, but they just don't have any damage. It's only on Syndra. So without that, they can easily get collapsed on in power. You might have stolen away the Rift Herald, but everything else fell to Sri Lanka.
They lose the fight. Gain the Rift Herald again. I don't know how they managed that one, but they do lose the fight. Jax going back to top lane. He's going to have to deal with a teleport from the Scion soon, so he won't have long left in that lane. Simply smashes it. From the looks of it, there was no smite on the Kindred, so I guess that makes a lot more sense now, but the ultimate comes through. Malzahar says, get out of my lane, Flower. Disperses him from the river, and then it's just a numbers advantage. Level 5 for the Rammus. Pretty big factor into why that skirmish is so one-sided.
And also, props to Sri Lanka. They immediately turned on Syndra, saying, we recognize the only way you can win this is if she can free fire, land those abilities multiple times. Let's get rid of her immediately. That Nether grasp right onto her before she could even flash onto Lamb's Respite.
And I think it's safe to say right now, the best thing that Kyrgyzstan have going for them is a 3-3 AD carry. Completed Collector as well. This Jhin, Phoenixy is going to be quite a factor in forthcoming fights. But we look at the current one.
It just happened during the replay, the previous one.
Is a stun from the Xerath, misses the Q, however. And so it ends up becoming a 1-for-1 trade by having to spend that extra second down there. We come out of the replay, and I love 2 is still in mid lane instead. Has also hit Flower and ulted.
It feels like Sri Lanka's bot lane. They're getting these advantages. They're killing Phoenix all the time, but he's always getting something back, somehow.
He still manages to keep up. The owner engagers have still found their target, you know? So
what's that? Oh, I mean, let's be honest. That second kill he got was gifted.
Yes. That was gift wrapped on Christmas Day.
And now he's got a collector for it, too, so he can collect a little bit more prizes.
Top lane, the roll in. Loren decides it is just to catch the wave. He actually misses the cannon. I am upset. That is life. But he's then going to not take the rest of the wave and roll away.
As he waddles away.
Man.
Waddle.
There is a mark on the Raptor camp that he's now about to roll to. He's going to find a Malzahar.
Waddles away.
Freaks out.
Waddle.
He's now going to find a Malzahar and a Jax as they protect the Raptor camp. And here comes Kindred.
Yep, just waiting it out so they can get another stack. You do not. You're just disrespecting them.
You do not. Well, he did, but you can't.
Duck walked up to the lemonade stand and said to the man running the stand,
Mind control ward, I think we can call that one.
Those are my Raptors. I feel bad for Loren again. It seems like that's a theme right now for Kyrgyzstan. We just kind of feel bad for Loren. There's a lot of focus on a lot of these junglers that kind of need to farm up, and as you mentioned before, Rammus very slow.
Hey, that Herald was clutching though in top lane. Pawa gets to summon that one himself. Oh, Leona engaged.
Ooh, I like this, but look at Twitch, look at the angle. You forgot about him. Sneaky with a poison ticking.
Rammus in.
Forcing out the flash in, waiting it out. There it is, the flash away, but they've got the rat. It is traded back 1-for-1, but guess who's here? Jax with the double stun, waiting it out. There it is, and they've got everything. The right of the arcane. Now snipe up a kill, and they look for one more, but Lotus is too tanky, so they'll take the 2-for-1 trade and then immediately look towards the dragon.
The Shy Boy works his way in just in case the dive was going to continue to happen. The Drake is definitely on the cards for them and should be taken for free. Hydra is going to run back mid lane first and foremost, as they have obviously continued that lane swap through. Leona's stun matched by the Xerath stun, and things look great. I love to actually walks into the Leona stun instead of being slowed and then flashes to try and get lethal. Does throw down the W and ends up finding the kill, but still during all of this the Jax teleports and equalizes the numbers in bot lane, but doesn't equalize the strength. He is stronger.
Much stronger. The second dragon afterwards, Sri Lanka were able to pick up, and it's going to be a Hextech Rift that we have. Sri Lanka at the moment, a great position.
Yeah.
3,000 gold ahead of Kyrgyzstan. And most of the gold for Kyrgyzstan is still on Fnatic's in this gen.
Also, look at the items that are done now for Sri Lanka. They can make plays, and they're teleporting in.
Well, the one powerful member of the bot lane of Kyrgyzstan, we've constantly talked about it, so they look for that nice cleanse, though. He's able to get out of there, dodging away, waiting for the curtain call, opening up wide, but a lot of damage on the Lotus, and he's got to be careful. That's why they have to get the trade. It is going to be the kill on Twitch.
Rammus is coming.
Here's Rammus. Has that ult. He wants to dive in.
Nope. He doesn't want to.
Don't want that smoke. Going to be the 1-for-1 trade, but trading up is Kyrgyzstan.
Oh no, they're going to lose the cannon. Sorry, I'm stuck with cannons.
You are.
I keep missing them. That's a third of a kill.
It
does result in a, like you said, a very small trade. Not going to be too influential, but the teleport's being used hurt. Kassa, unfortunately for him, walks into a Leona, gets stun comboed, spell shield gone. Instead of just ulting here, make sure the spell shield's gone before he gets stunned. Leona comes in. No one blocks for the Twitch.
Yeah, so every bit
no
of
one blocks.
2, 3.
No one blocks for the Twitch.
3 of the 4. All connected.
The rest just get to walk away. Collector, of course, going to be very handy for the Jhin in that situation. Maximizes his damage output. No resistance is done for his opponents, but did use the flash or did use the heal. Now has to deal with a very, very large Malzahar and Jax as the Shy Boy tries to jump the wall, fails and decides the Krugs aren't worth it. They're not there, but he doesn't know that.
It's one of those petty
He
things,
really
too.
just said, I've had enough.
Yeah, it's the petty thing. You're like, fine, I didn't want you anyways. I'm going to go somewhere else. Maybe look for that Rift Herald, and this time not have to worry about Powa stealing it away. Powa, he's mid lane.
Hello.
He's chugging along. Decimating Smash going to knock up Xerath, and he is squishy. Scatter the weak, easy pickup of a kill there for Flower. Fantastic. Could not get away from that one, but it might have been all a bait because all the while that Rift Herald was taken by the Shy Boy.
The Xerath is trying very hard to play to the side of the lane with no vision to support him being in the side of the lane. Somehow, actually there's a ward, somehow still dies to the Scion. Just observing, ooh, mid
Nice
stun.
weak though from Flower, but unfortunately there's so much damage on the other side, and guess who's here? You have no escape. How do you get out of this one?
You do not. You have to think about it. Herald to be summoned.
Turret to be taken.
Turret definitely gone. Rammus ulting.
Trying to clear the wave the best he can, but that turret's going to fall. There's no plates left, and this charge will take it. One more. Oh, actually, no. But it's a sneeze away.
Rammus has no ult.
So,
you can't do this.
Exactly. Rammus, you got to get out of here. Like,
can't
that's a
do
sneeze
this.
away. You think you're tanky. You've only got Thornmail.
Jax
that
is
is
not
a
walking
player
here.
on the other side. Slow coming in from Decimating Smash, but not getting the stun there from Leona. Completely going wide.
Go on, Xerath ult. Just shove it at him. Annoy them. You're going to play Xerath. Play true to form. Everyone comes mid lane. No one wants to commit to the play. Leona doesn't have the ultimate there to be chucked out. Things that will simply dissipate. And we go back to business as usual. But we do go back there with no flashes on both carries of the Kyrgyzstan squad. Of course, still no flashes to be there for a lot of respective members on the Sri Lanka side. And this Ghost from Kindred is not providing much just yet.
No, I've kind of been dancing around the issue, not really wanting to talk about it because I don't know why.
I mean, it helps you kite a Scion, it helps you kite a Rammus, but
Flash just feels better.
Flash helps you actually dodge abilities.
Yeah.
Kindred does have a lot of mobility, and again, it can just be comfort for him. I don't actually have an answer.
And at that rate,
We'd have
just
to
take
ask
Ignite,
him.
though.
Or Exhaust, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Now we're gone.
But it would sneeze away right at the arcane. That's going to be the ult in, but a nice stun there from the Shastic. Looking for the poke onto Loren. Going to be one of the members that can actually hurt this Rammus, as he is going to build tanky. He is going to start getting that armor, but he's still got quite some time before he's actually going to be a true tank.
Stun used bottom. Hydra now finds himself in this matchup pretty constantly against Flower. It seems like they really want to avoid the Scion Jax at the present moment.
Can't blame him.
But it is still a Leandri's Malzahar to deal with the armor-stacked Scion. So I can blame them a little bit. But it is a dangerous man that you do not actually want to contend with.
No, I'm saying I can't blame Sri Lanka. Kyrgyzstan definitely can blame them on that one. So right now,
just hitting. Jino!
Not going to steal it away. It was smite secured by Shyboy. Kiting back, Floren continuing the harass on Kindred, but lands her spite just in the nick of time to survive. But they do lose Twitch on the other side. Looking to dash over the wall. Hydra, counter-strike. Gonna get the stun. A lot of damage, but not enough to actually pick up a retribution kill.
It was looking for a montage. Flashes into the play. I mean, there's definitely a world he just flashes over the wall or disengages, but really wanted to go for that one. Backfires. We get a replay.
It is still the Dragon.
Jin's R4 here, Magical, could probably hit the Kindred.
Yeah.
And then instead of the steal, you let the Smite have that. The Shy Boy dies here. Different story though. The Shy Boy gets in, gets the stack. Hydra also with the opportunity to simply walk away here and flash over the wall. Says, give me that montage moment. It was not.
Well, still might be there because we're looking bot lane. That's going to be the stun onto Flower, taking a lot of damage too. Burning, and the snipe there from Nishastic. Nice right of the Arcane.
Got him. Leandri's done from the Xerath as well. Big thumbs up from Nisha. Tower now definitely close to falling. Loren, no ultimate on this Rammus.
Right now, looking like Sri Lanka running away with the game. Some moments are close, but the gold is not one of those factors in this game.
Yeah.
About 3,000 still with 3 dragons to Sri Lanka's name. And they're pressuring a lot of these lanes at one time. The only one that's kind of getting a little bit of advantage was that top lane, but look at this. Notice he's getting flanked on all angles.
Ren on a
gap
journey.
to just run away as the Ren on definitely a journey, but getting chased away by Kindred.
Just straight up walks into the jungle, realizes that's not his anymore. Gets pushed away. That 3,000 gold lead can potentially stretch as well, given that they've just been counter jungling this entire time. Mark very far away on the enemy. Krugs, we're getting a replay of what happens in this bottom lane. Kassa, if he auto-attacks here, just a singular time would get the kill, but the Xerath has it down.
He would have had the kill no matter what. Malefic Vision was on him. That
was
most
just, likely
that was just Nisha being like, I want it.
And he got it. That support Xerath actually a carry. Standard Xerath tech. Why be a support when you can deal damage? Flower. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Teleport.
Flash away, but you're still going to die.
That teleport's in trouble.
They can turn around and look for Sion to body block him. He's forced to yell cowards as he runs away.
They will let him ult. He does get himself out to safety, but the Syndra falls once again. Twitch now very active as well on the map, can be invisible all the time. Is now moving towards the enemy red buff. If he's not careful, we'll find a Rammus and we'll regret that.
Will he though? I feel like the Twitch actually is pretty strong right now. With that Blade of the Ruin King, yeah.
I still think you will find a Thorn Mail and a Jin.
Yeah, but look at that. Rat-a-tat-tat for a double kill.
Look, that's definitely the Twitch finding the Rammus, not the Rammus finding the Twitch.
Yeah.
Very nicely done by I Love 2.
And because 2 are dead, Jungler being one of them, 21 minutes into the game, free Baron.
Recall's coming out from the Leona, recall's coming out from the Sion. They know that it is being done. They can't stop this. It'll be done super quickly as well, right? Double Leandri's. 280 carries hitting it at the same time and 20 minutes in. I think we said it was 3K about a minute ago.
Yep.
No longer.
Ooh, that is doubled in just a minute. They got all those plays all across the map. The fact that, like I said, Twitch at this point in the game, Kraken Slayer now in the inventory as well. He's already able to go toe-to-toe against Loren for one person that you pick kind of to stop these marksmen, right?
Oh my god, the Sion build as well.
Huh, Radiant Virtue.
Straight to the Radiant Virtue after the Sunfire. Does not want to deal with Jax, would rather group as 5.
Can you blame him though?
I can't blame him for much.
I wouldn't want to lane against Jax either, especially because that is a split push build on Jax. You see that Blade of the Ruin King?
Yeah, but someone's got to deal with it, man.
Yeah, someone's got to. It's not going to be Sion.
Kinda has to.
He's not going to be able to. You're going to send him into that lane.
Well, what do we do then, man? Because someone has to. That's where I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't have an answer on that one. Sorry. Look, I'm telling you what I see and how it is. Sion, I think he read that as well, but that's going to be a problem.
He's abandoned ship.
Yeah, because then if you're not dealing with the Jax, as you said, who is?
Ooh.
And Jax instead deciding he wants to be a part of the fight, helping out Love to survive within the Lancer's fight, keeping the Twitch going with the Nethergrass as well. Choo-choo, Charles not actually connecting, but they got the kill already, and the re-engage. Sri Lanka, they're cleaning up everything. And Power, you built for the team fight, but you didn't want it.
21-10. Pretty straightforward ace here after the undying form of Sion goes away. Jax confirms that one. They'll win the team fight straight down mid lane as well as getting the soul. Simultaneously, they'll even send the Xerath to clear bot lane just because he wants some extra farm and he's a greedy boy in the support role. Everything goes the way of Sri Lanka.
Every single thing. Like you said, that fight was pretty perfect. The only thing was left you dying, but really, what does it matter? When you get a Hextech Soul, you march down mid lane, you already open up an inhibitor turret, so then you can go back, you can buy, reset the map, and take everything from Kyrgyzstan.
Get another look at this one. The Sion is here very early, but the way that it engages is Love 2 simply finding Lotus, who by the time he gets into the fight is essentially dead.
Yeah.
The Kindred ultimate is going to save I Love 2, and I mean, look how much damage he's able to get down before the inevitable. But Lauren also has to flash after him, and suddenly by the time that finally happened, they convert their first kill. They're all gone, and it's just Power left alive. Hydra's freely hitting, Shy Boy's freely hitting. Their carries just have a free game.
Well, and it's one of those things that we kind of talked about. You get leads as this Sri Lankan team where, yeah, the composition doesn't make sense if you think about it. But if you're ahead, you're having the best time of your life.
Hey, man. All compositions make sense when you're 10,000 gold up, I suppose.
Yeah,
that's
and
kind of what
you're
we're
winning the
looking at.
2v2s, you're winning the 1v1s, and you're finding these plays on the side lane as right there, Sion yet again charging away, yelling cowards at his opponent. Another turret to fall. Sri Lanka, at this point, it's just clean. It is going to be clinical. There's not really much that Kyrgyzstan can do to stop them from toppling the structures in every lane.
The Rammus rolls forwards. He regrets it. The Rammus rolls away. Teleports are going to come in as well.
Lotus, you didn't want this one either. You're slowed down. The Hex Gate, the Hex Soul makes it so easy for them to capitalize on all these kills. And the Night Scout of the Week will do nothing. It's no matter. It's no course for Kyrgyzstan because Sri Lanka are the team controlling the game.
And they will simply run away from the Sion as the tower falls in top lane. Teleports straight into the mid lane as well.
Ending.
They're looking to end the game here and now. 25 minutes in, Sri Lanka want to put a bow on it.
Sri Lanka upset about their losses off stage to Team India, taking that aggression out on Kyrgyzstan, pretty dominating. It was close a little bit for a little while, but then it became a point where